So I'm on. I got the live chat going here. I'm just not sure um, who will come on. Have to come back and periodically look at some of the comments. But I'm going to make this strawberry cream cheesecake. I wasn't able to upload my thumbnail, so I don't know what that is. I'll go back and put it on later. But this is Lady Bev live on YouTube, on her YouTube, Fabulously Functional Through Faith. And I'm going to make a strawberry cream cheesecake. And I'm going to make it vegan using a boxed um, mix or plant-based, vegan plant-based, whatever you want to call it. So, for those of you who will watch this later, for those of you who may come on for this live, great. If you don't make it on, I understand. I will still upload it and you can watch it later. So, my recipe begins with, and I've already, hi Albert Michael, and I got your order for your Asian stir fry. And I'm going to throw some homemade rolls in there with it too, okay? Hello, Carolyn. Hi, darling. So, every time I talk about this strawberry plant-based cream cheese cake right here, everybody wants to know how I make it. And so I use Duncan Hines, or you may be able to use any other kind of strawberry cake box mix, because most times the way you turn them plant-based is you just find an egg substitute and don't use cow's milk butter. Use plant-based butter. But this is not what I'm going to, I don't use any butter at all, but I do use a little bit of oil. And in place of the oil ingredient, I use applesauce. And of course, the egg replacement is arrowroot. And instead of using water, I use a plant-based milk to go into my cake mix. There are several things you do that can enrich and enhance your box cakes mix. And you can also take a box cake mix and turn it plant-based. So, welcome to my channel. Those of you who are joining me, I know there's Albert Michael and Carolyn that are on. Let's see who else is on. Okay, I don't see your names, but welcome. And go ahead and like and share. I'm only on YouTube, so if you're trying to go catch me on another channel, this is it. Okay, so I've got my box here, and what I need is a mixing bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. And hopefully all of you can see me pretty well. So I've got this mixing bowl. And I think I can make it a little bit bigger. Let's see. Oh, that may be too big. Woo! Let's back down just a little bit. Oh. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, so you're a little bit closer and I'm not too far away. I'm going to turn this lighting around. Just a little bit. Okay. I don't know, it's moving around a little bit, and I'm not sure why. It's a little delayed. Somebody can talk to me in the chat and tell me what it looks like. I can see that when I'm moving around, it's delayed. So, I think what I may do is I may go off and come back on. Oh, well, it looks like see how it's kind of delayed. I don't want to, let me go off and come back on. Or maybe, I think it's okay now. Okay? I think it's okay now. All right. So, I got my Duncan Hines. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to go ahead and place that in here. This recipe calls for 3 large eggs, half a cup of vegetable oil, and a cup of water. So, instead of a cup of water, I'm going to do a cup of milk, plant-based milk. I'm going to take all this other stuff out too. I'm taking my cream cheese and plant-based butter out so you can get room temperature for the cream cheese frosting. So I need a measuring cup. Where are all my measuring cups? Oh, here it is behind me. Ta-da! Sit right here. Okay, so my measuring cup. 1 cup of milk. I'm using oat milk, which keeps you from having to be concerned with people's allergies. So, oat milk. If you're concerned with people who have nut allergies or coconut allergies, which is, you know, some people are allergic to coconut and some are allergic to almonds. So, I go oat milk, which is as vegan as you can get. Okay, and so, hey Bam! So I've got my oat milk, and I'm going to go ahead and mix up. Let's see, do I have a bowl? I'll just use this bowl right here. I'm going to go ahead and do my 3 egg replacements. And so, just so you know, this is what I use for egg replacing. This is arrowroot. And so 1 tablespoon of arrowroot, 1 tablespoon of oil, and a 1/4 cup of water equals 1 egg. I need 3 eggs for this recipe. So I'm going to get me a tablespoon over here as soon as I can find it. Here it is. Okay. Right. I just got done making my roll dough so that it can rise overnight, and in the morning I'll get up early in the morning and early enough to let it rise for 3 hours, and then place my rolls in the oven for 7 minutes, and then it's a wrap. Okay, so 1 egg is 1 tablespoon of arrowroot, so I'm going to need 3 of these because this recipe calls for 3 eggs. 1, 2, and 3. Arrowroot is just like cornstarch, just powdery. And arrowroot can be used in place of cornstarch, but cornstarch, of course, is still plant-based. But people want to stay away from the corn. Arrowroot is another thing you can use, even with making your sauces, thickening your sauces, how we use cornstarch and that kind of thing. You can use arrowroot for that as well. So I've got 3 tablespoons for 3 eggs, and I have 3 tablespoons of oil for my 3 eggs. And I'm using grapeseed oil, which is perfectly fine with me and for me. And then to that, I'm going to need 3/4 of a cup of water, because a fourth of a cup of water to a tablespoon of arrowroot and a tablespoon of oil equals 1 egg. So I need 3/4 cup water. I'm going to go over here and get me a measuring cup. And get my 3/4 cup of water. I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I've got spring water right here in my jug that sits on the counter, and I just push the tab and the spring water comes right out. Ta-da! So here's my 3/4 cup of water to make my arrowroot egg, which I'm going to stir up right now. Thank God for a dishwasher full of clean dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up, blend it. These are my 3 eggs, believe it or not. So I'm blending the oil and the arrowroot first, and then to that I'm going to go ahead and add the water. And these are my 3 eggs that are going to be added to this cake mix. So I've got my eggs, I've got my plant-based milk. I got my egg substitute, my plant-based milk. The other thing I want to add is a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. But I'm not going to add vegetable oil. I'm going to add applesauce. 1/2 cup of applesauce. 1/2 cup of applesauce. And in any recipe, if you want to back up off of the oil, you can always use applesauce. Especially with baking, you can use applesauce instead. So I got my applesauce right here. Here's my applesauce. Here comes my vanilla. Oh, he knows what I'm talking about. I got my applesauce with my vanilla standing right there looking at me. Hi, vanilla. I also have this vanilla too. I always add a little vanilla to my box recipes. So I'll be adding a teaspoon of vanilla as well. Let me open that up. Teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so that's ready to go. All right, now before let's see, do I have a spray? No, I don't. That's okay. I'm going to oil this pan. I'm going to take a napkin here and oil my cake pan. Just like this. And then I'm going to dust it with some unbleached flour so that as soon as I get done making my mix, I can pour it. You don't want to make your mix and then have to dust your pan, because you don't. Once you mix something up, the ingredients begin to start working, and you don't want it to sit. You want it to go immediately to the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and dust my pan before I mix any of these dry and wet ingredients. I'm dusting my pan. I've oiled it, shaking the flour around. Some people use baker's joy. I particularly rather do it the old-fashioned way. So I'm coating my pan. And it doesn't have to be perfectly coated. Just coat it enough where you can, after you make your slices, get the cake out. Now, if I were going to turn this upside down and make a sheet cake for somebody, I would be very concerned as to whether or not this sticks. But right now, I just want it to be able to come out when I cut the slices. Okay, so now we've got all of our ingredients here. The other thing I do, I forgot to tell you, is when I have my cake mixes, I always add an extra pinch of, just a pinch, that's not a pinch. A pinch, just a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt. A half a tablespoon of extra flour. Actually, that's 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon extra flour and 1 teaspoon extra sugar. This is how you make box cakes taste like homemade cakes. Because box cakes, they give you the bare minimum. They're not like homemade cakes where you got everything in there full blown. They hold back on stuff. They give you just enough to make a cake. But if you want to make it like homemade and you want to make it stand out, then this is what you do. You add some stuff to it. Okay? So I got this. And I got this. My plug is behind my board here. But that's okay. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put, I'm going to go ahead and add, these are my arrowroot eggs. This is my cup of oat milk. This is my half a cup of applesauce. And this is going to be my teaspoon of vanilla. And now I will mix. So I'm starting out at a low speed. And now I'm going to pick it up. I'm not going to overmix it. Now you notice when you add applesauce instead of oil, you're going to get a different texture. But I truly have added oil by using arrowroot egg replacement. So I've got oil in here still, but just not as much. All right. You don't want to overmix your batter. So I gotta get me a rubber spatula. Where's all my rubber spatulas? Here's one. All right. And I'll show you the batter. What it looks like. This is the batter. Okay, nice and rich, creamy. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of wipe this over this way. Put my pan here, and I'm going to go ahead and put the batter into the pan. The oven is set at 350 degrees. All right. I'm gonna let it spread to the outer corners of the pan. And y'all know what? You can eat plant-based cake batter. Somebody gonna be so happy. Okay. So I believe the directions are just the same, even though we're using different ingredients. So for a 11 by 9, you're going to let it cook for 25 to 28 minutes. So let's go ahead and put it in here. And I'm going to set it at 25, starting out. And we'll see what it looks like at 25 minutes. Okay? All right. Pull this down just a little bit. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the cream cheese frosting while that's baking. I still need my vanilla. I don't need my oil. I don't need my salt. I don't need my milk. I don't need this. And I don't need this. So put these things away. I don't need my flour. I do need the vanilla. I need the, I don't need the arrowroot. I do need the confection sugar. I pray to the good Lord I've got 3 cups, and I think I do. Here's my confection sugar, and there's this. I do need to wipe down just a little bit. Got some hydrogen peroxide here, which, by the way, is an excellent disinfectant without all the chemical reaction that you find in alcohol-based disinfectants. A lot of hospitals use hydrogen peroxide to disinfect and clean the areas in their examination rooms. Google it. If you don't believe me, Google it. Honey, Google it, do fact check, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so these are your main ingredients for an amazing strawberry cream cheese frosting. You've got your butter, you've got your cream cheese, you've got your vanilla, and you've got your powdered sugar. Okay, so I need 3 cups of confection powdered sugar, a full stick of butter, 6, and I take that back. So with plant-based butter, because it doesn't have the amount of fat that cow's milk butter has, you may want to back down to 3/4 of a stick, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 tablespoons of plant-based butter, and 6 ounces of plant-based cream cheese. The brand I buy is Simple Truth, Organic Simple Truth from Kroger. Okay. I have found that by far the best one for baking is that one. The other thing I'm going to need to make my strawberry cream cheese frosting is Simply Nature Organic Strawberry Preserves. So that's how you make a strawberry. And I found that out because I could not find plant-based strawberry cream cheese. And I'm like, you gotta have strawberry cream cheese on top of strawberry cake. You can't just have cream cheese frosting. It's gotta be pink. And I said, and I'm not gonna be using food coloring because food coloring, many of them I don't believe are plant-based because some of them the red dye is extracted from insects, I believe. I don't know, y'all. And many people are allergic to red dyes. So I know one thing. Me and the grandbabies they wanted to make red Play-Doh, so I had to use red food coloring, and it took forever for it to get it off of me. And I was like, this can't be good if you eat it. You can't get it off of you. So anyway, so this is how I turn my basic cream cheese frosting into a strawberry cream cheese frosting. And this is organic strawberry preserves. I get these at Aldi. Simple Truth is their organic brand. And let's see. Can you see it? Try to see if it will focus. Okay, so there it is. All right. All right, I'm going to get my mixing bowl. My Pampered Chef glass mixing bowl. Glass measuring mixing bowl. I absolutely love this thing. I love this thing. Honey, this is a mixing bowl for real. I mean, you can measure and then just mix whatever. Okay, so I got this from Pampered Chef long time ago. Still got it. And I'm sure Pampered Chef still sells them. So, anybody want this kind of mixing bowl, you can get in touch with Pampered Chef. They may even have these in the store, but I got mine from Pampered Chef. Okay, so we need 3 cups of powdered sugar. Let me see. Do I have? Yeah, I have used every measuring cup I have. Let's see this one. Yay! This one's clean, ready to go. So I need 3 cups of that. I need 6 ounces of cream cheese, and we're going to use the food scale to make sure that I have 6 ounces. I have a wonderful food scale right here. With baking, there are some things that you have to be exact in your measurements in order for it to turn out the way you want to turn out. I know many of us cook by the spirit, but with baking, you got to really be in tune with the spirit. Or get that measuring cup out, get your scale out, make sure that you're using the right measurements. So, I'm going to use 6 tablespoons of this plant-based margarine because it doesn't have as much fat as butter. So if you use too much, you could have too soft of a frosting, and you want the frosting to have a little bit of resistance to it so that it can stand up. So I'm only going to do 6 tablespoons. And it's still cold, which is a good thing. Because it's not like butter. You don't have to wait for plant-based butter to get room temperature. I mean, it's soft already, even out of the refrigerator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to do 6 tablespoons of plant-based butter. And before you add your confection sugar, you always mix your wet ingredients first. So there's that. And then I only want 6 ounces of this container. Or is it 8 ounces? I believe it's 8 ounces. No, I think it's 6. It's 6. Okay, let me get a spoon. Yeah, maybe this will work. Okay. That's 3 ounces. That's 5 ounces. That's 5.8 ounces and just a little bit more. Hey, what you said? Okay, so there's my 6 ounces of plant-based cream cheese and 6 tablespoons. So just remember 6 and 6. 6 tablespoons of plant-based butter, 6 ounces of plant-based cream cheese. Okay? So now that I've done that, I want to add maybe like a tablespoon of these wonderful strawberry preserves. So I'm going to start off with, actually I'm going to start off with a teaspoon and see how that does. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to also do a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. Alright, let's mix it up, y'all. Let me get my I gotta get my strawberry cake mixers over here clean so that I can use them again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and mix up the wet ingredients. And then we'll add the dry. Let's see how strawberry and pink we get here. I like it. I like the preserves because you can see the chunks of strawberries in the frosting. I like it. So it's kind of a pale pink. So y'all know what I'm finna do, right? I'm finna add some more. So yeah, I believe this is a teaspoon. No, this is a half a tablespoon. So that's a tablespoon now. I hate it when the writing on my little measuring stuff starts fading. That's why I need to get some stainless steel. It's etched in there. Oh, now there we go. Okay, so we're mixing all of the wet ingredients until they're smooth. And I'll give you a close-up of what that looks like. Okay. And that's what that looks like. See that? Okay, now, so it's like a dusty rose color, which I like. So that means it's not artificial. There's no red dye in here. This is straight up strawberries, organic strawberry preserves. And you get the dusty rose or pink hue that looks beautiful on top of strawberry cake. Okay, so now we're going to do 4 cups of powdered sugar, confection sugar, whatever kind of sugar you want to call it. I'm trying to find something where I can level. Is this what we'll do? This do it? Okay, yeah. Alright, so do 1 cup at a time. Do not dump 3 cups of powdered sugar on top of this mixture, and then mix it. That's not the way that should go. So I'm leveling it off like that. This is cup number 1. We're gonna go ahead and mix that in. It's nice and creamy. Put in a 2nd cup. I gotta get it out of the corners of this container. Okay, tap, tap, tap. I can add some more in there. Okay. 2nd cup. Start off slow. If you go too fast, you're going to have powdered sugar everywhere. So you start off slow until all the powdered sugar is moistened. And then you can speed up the speed a little bit. Oh, this beautiful, creamy concoction. Amazing. Okay. Final cup. My 3rd cup. Of strawberry. Well, actually, my 3rd cup of confection sugar. Gotta make sure it's a cup, so I can make sure I get my 3. Right. Remember I told you we start off slow because this is a lot of powdered sugar. If you do it too fast, it'd be flying all over the place. It's still flying a little bit now, but if you put it at full speed ahead, you'll be dusting your whole kitchen. Trying to get the powdered sugar off of everything. Trust me, I've done it before. In a hurry. Trying to whip it up fast. And powdered sugar just everywhere. Okay, this frosting is amazing. It's just the right texture. And I gradually pull it up to help me get all of the majority of the frosting off. Okay, so I'm gonna come up a little closer. Look, yep. So you see the kind of pink hue that's on there? Now, y'all know I gotta test it, right? Merciful Father. This right here, y'all, this don't make no sense right here. This right here, somebody will be happy tomorrow. Okay. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so there is our, I need another spatula here. I'm gonna dirty every spatula I got. Okay, so I'm scraping the frosting from the edges. And there's a substantial amount of frosting here, and I use every bit of it. I put it all on that whole sheet. Okay, can you add another slice of cake, please? Yes, baby. Hey, I didn't know you was on here, Leslie. Yes, I will add another slice of cake. Look at this. Look. You love my hair, Marianne? Honey, I do too. I love it too. This is my girl, get it done, quick, fast, and hurry hair. What can I do for you, Daddy?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry.
He peeping. Do you want another one of those sandwiches?
Yeah, in a little bit.
Okay.
I thought you made some more of that stuff, that drink.
Oh, the watermelon juice?
Yeah,
It's still some in the refrigerator.
okay.
Honey, I juiced this watermelon with lime and grapes and golden kiwi. Honey, that is the best juice ever. I juiced all of that. You getting ready to go, Melvin? I see you, what, 7 something?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so that's Melvin. He going to work. So what was I saying, y'all? He gone, Leslie. He out the door. So yeah, I made that juice, and Rumwater absolutely loves that juice. But let me see if I can go ahead and give him some now. Hold on, y'all. So the thing about watermelon juice is you got to shake it up. Once you juice watermelon, you got to shake it up. The benefits of watermelon juice are amazing. So we bought these huge watermelons, and of course, I don't have no room in my refrigerator to keep holding these watermelons, and we don't eat it fast enough. But I don't like buying my watermelon already cut up. I like to buy a whole watermelon cut up myself. So what I do is if we've got a lot of it, I'll juice some of it and add other juices to it. So to this, I added sweet green grapes, golden kiwi, and I added some lime juice. And to sweeten it up, I added a little bit of, it was already sweet, but to sweeten it just a little bit more, I added about a tablespoon of pure organic maple syrup. But y'all, that's why he wants some more. And I'm finna give it to him too. But yeah, it's just about gone. I had a full pitcher. So I'm gonna pour it in here for him. It's a beautiful watermelon color. And it's good for, he just came back from taking his walk. And so this is a great replenisher for any salts he may have lost, electrolytes and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Here you go, Daddy. Okay. So, I got my frosting here. See my note about the cake, please. Okay, baby. Did you... Let me see. Bam. Is it here in the chat? Or did you text me? That juice is good. Sister would add a piece of cake for Romney. Okay, so a piece of cake for Romney. Leslie, you want an extra piece? And Bam want an extra piece. Hold your mule. Oh. Okay, this timer is getting ready to go off on this cake, but so bam. And Leslie, y'all want extra piece. Let me see. 5, 6. Y'all, honey, y'all just did make it. Else y'all go, I almost gotta go do another pan. So I will add that to your order forms. I've got your order form. I got Leslie, I have you right here. And I have you, where you at, Bam? Right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that extra piece of cake to both of you all so I don't forget. But let me get this, let me check on this cake. Let me check. Let's see what it look like. Wait till y'all see the beautiful strawberries that go on top. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, but wait a minute. You got to make sure it's done in the middle. So instead of using big toothpicks, I use skewers. Because the skewer will go all the way down in that cake, make sure it's done. And you don't burn yourself. Let me slide this over this way. I'm going to pull it out just a little bit because I don't want anything to collapse. And we're going to put this toothpick right down in the middle. We'll pull it out. And honey, I think it need about 3 more minutes and then we good. So timer, 3 more minutes. While that's doing that, I'm gonna go over here and add 2 pieces of cake. 1 piece of cake for Bam. Another piece of cake for Bam. And then Leslie wants another piece of cake as well. So I got y'all. Okay. Y'all good? We'll put these over here. Let me go down. You are welcome. Who wants a piece of cake, girl? What you talking about, Michael? Oh, Michael, you trying to tell me what Bam wanted? Okay, got it. I got it. So Michael, while you're on here, Albert, I want you to know who sponsored your dinner for tomorrow. So the young lady that's on here right now, Sister Micah Kincaid, she sent payment for me to sponsor 2 people for their meals tomorrow. So it'll be you and Sister Libby, Sister Elizabeth Porter, and Albert Michael. So Albert Michael's on right now, Micah. So that's the young man you bought dinner for tomorrow. All right. Okay. And I thank you so much, Micah. And Micah, I know you would much rather have it for yourself, but you live all the way in Shelbyville. But I think that's just so sweet and kind of you to, because even though you can't have it, you want somebody else to have it. So you sponsor with your gift, you sponsor 2 people. So thank you so much. All right. I don't want my cake to be overcooked. I'm going to take it out. I want you all to see this beautiful strawberry cake. It's very smooth in texture. It's got a few cracks, But that's what real cake does when you bake it. Okay? So here's this beautiful pink. Can y'all see it? There you go. Here's this pink, beautiful cake. Okay. Amen. Amen. What you said, Bam? Did you see what Bam said, Micah? Okay, this cake is going to be amazing. So we got to let it cool. I'm going to put it up here. It'll cool off quicker over there. So that's got to cool. I'm going to refrigerate my delicious icing. Let me put this down over here. And get my Pampered Chef lid for my icing. It comes with a lid. So if you make something in your Pampered Chef, if you make something in it and you want to keep it in there, all you do is just put the lid on. Okay? That's what you do. I'm going to add just some extra security with some saran wrap, and then I put the lid over the saran wrap. Get this extra icing off the side. Like that. Okay. And there we have it. Icing is ready. So once my cake totally cools, I'll put this icing on it, I'll put it in the refrigerator, and in the morning I'll garnish it with fresh strawberries. Yay! Okay. Let me put this away. Look at this, y'all. Look at this dough rising right out the bowl. This is that roll dough. This is that roll dough. I'm going to call you, Bam, also. I feel like I know you from morning encouragements. And yes, girl, you do. Both y'all be on. Y'all do know each other. Everybody on that line know each other, even if we ain't met. But Bam, just so you know, Micah Kincaid is, she's the president of Southeastern District. And you probably found that out when we went to the banquet there in Madison, Indiana. So y'all look at this. Look. So this is what I do. I just mash it down again. Mash it down again. Press that air out of it. Put the lid back on. And put it back in the fridge. Okay, so here's these beautiful strawberries. And I've got to clean them and all of that, and then I'm going to garnish the pieces of strawberry cake with these strawberries. So that is really how I make the strawberry cake. I won't make you stay on here until that cake cools off. But you know that icing is going to go on that cake, and then you're going to get some fresh strawberries sprinkled on top. I like to put it on the side because I don't want the water to set up on top of the icing. So I may put like half a strawberry face up just for presentation, and then put some other strawberries around the sides. So that the water from the strawberry don't get on the icing and start running off of the icing. You don't want that. Okay. And look, what is this? Okay. All right. So, all right, Bam. So you and Mike are talking. So listen. So I got my stir fry stuff. I gotta get off of here. But I got all my stir fry ingredients. I did my it's called the food haul. I was all over just buying everything I needed. But this beautiful broccoli is going to be going in the stir fry. Yes, yes, Carolyn. That's just Micah. That's how she do. That's how Micah do. Look at this beautiful broccoli. So that's going in the stir fry. I'm also going to do a few mushrooms. Ron don't like the mushrooms, but he'll take a few. And if he doesn't like them, he just picks them out. But I also got some beautiful baby bellas. So that's going to go into stir fry. I'm going to slice up some Brussels. That's going in there. Red cabbage is going to be going in the stir fry. So I got a red cabbage here. And I'm going to be prepping. I'm going to be washing and cleaning and slicing up so that when I get ready to do the stir fry, it's just a matter of putting them in at different times. So we got that. I'm also going to put carrots in there. Carrots. Red bell pepper. And one of the things my son told me, those young people know everything. So he said, Mama, I needed a red bell pepper for something I was making. So he had bought some for his own meal plan. And I said, Melvin, I took one of your red bell peppers because I needed it. And I gave you my yellow one. He said, I guess it's okay. And I said, what do you mean you guess that's okay? He said, well, he said, the red bell peppers have more nutritional value than any of the other colors. He said, which is why I buy the red ones all the time. And I said, okay. Thank you for that bit of information. So I'm going to have red bell pepper in there. This is going to be the most beautiful, colorful stir fry ever. So we got red bell pepper. We got purple cabbage. We're going to have light green sliced Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and then brown mushrooms. And of course, to that you add celery, a little bit of celery, white onion goes in the mix, fresh garlic, and there's just a lot of things that go into that stir fry that make it just so amazing. Also, when you talk about Asian stir fry, there's just some ingredients you must have in order for it to have that Asian flavor. So sesame seed, and I love the tuxedo sesame seed because it's black and white, and I like that. So I sprinkle that, I garnish with that, and I mix it into the rice, those of you who get the rice. And it'll be sprinkled on the pasta for those of you who got the pasta too. Sesame oil is also, you got to have sesame oil in order to have that Asian flavor. And so in the oil that you stir fry in, you always need about a tablespoon of sesame oil. You don't need a lot because the flavor is serious, but you do need some. And then I use no soy sauce for that soy flavor without the soy. The other thing that you really need is ginger powder. And I have here organic ginger powder. This is called a miracle spice because it's very healthful. But this is ginger powder, so it's at a high potency, and you don't need much of it, but it's going to give your Asian stir fry that ginger flavor that you need. So when I make my sauce, that's going to go over after I stir fry my vegetables, then I make my sauce and I add the sauce to the vegetables. I make it from soy sauce, ginger powder, organic granulated brown sugar, and then of course the arrowroot for the thickening. Yeah, so the organic, oh, that's not the brown sugar. Where's my organic brown sugar? Here it is. Organic light brown sugar. Can you see it? Yeah. And the arrowroot powder and all that goes into the sauce. The sauce is really what makes it, stir fry delicious. So it's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to enjoy making that. And maybe I'll come back on. It would be the wee hours of the morning if I choose to do it tomorrow morning. If I do it tonight, maybe I'll come on. Y'all may be going to bed. I'm trying to be going to bed. I'm trying. I've gotten the two baked things out of the way, which is the cake and the roll dough. The roll dough is, it's just a matter of me kneading it that last time, forming the balls of dough and placing them in the pan, and then letting them rise 3 hours, and then put it into the oven for 7 minutes and let those bake. But what I'm really excited about is I'm doing the garlic rolls. Now, in my little garden, I've been growing my own little rosemary and fresh African basil. I was trying to figure out what plant I had. I have African basil. Because I went back to Jackson's box, and he had the African basil, which is the same thing I had. But for some reason, I got a different label put on mine. So it's African basil. It almost looks like a mint plant, but it's basil. It's called African basil. So I've got fresh African basil, and I've got fresh rosemary. And I want to add some fresh garlic, mix it up, saute it in some butter, and kind of brush that over the rolls. Now, the only thing about using fresh ingredients is that you have to be careful because they're fresh ingredients. So fresh ingredients have to stay refrigerated, and they have to be put on at the time of eating. So I'm thinking about it. I may just go ahead and do dried basil or dried Italian spices with garlic powder and plant-based butter, so that your rolls will be perfect. But at any rate, so that's it for tonight. I need to I need to clean up what I messed up, so I can start this thing over again. Okay, so yeah, I got my baked stuff out of the way. And now it's time to do the prepping for the hearts of palm. And I'm so sorry, y'all. So I put on there panko palms, but I'm using panko breadcrumbs, but I'm also using coconut. So the hearts of palm are gonna be like Parrot Bay shrimp. So it's gonna have that coconut crunchy Parrot Bay flavor. So hopefully the coconut is okay for everybody. If it's not, y'all better send me a message and let me know. But it's just like I did the last time. I had the coconut flakes, so that it tastes like Parrot Bay shrimp. And that's what I should have made for you, my Parrot Bay pineapple dip. So that's pineapple, cream cheese, a little bit of plant-based yogurt with some vanilla, some arrowroot for thickening, and a fresh, canned crushed pineapple, and of course you wring out all of the juice from it because you don't want all the juice. But you add a little bit of sweetening to it, and you stir it up, and it's just amazing. But yeah, so I've got the organic unsweetened coconut that's going to go with the panko breadcrumbs when I bread the hearts of palm and fry them in the pan, and it's going to be good. That's all I got to say. It's going to be good. So, yeah. Hearts of palm. This is how they look. For those of you who are wondering what hearts of palm are, it's the heart of a palm tree. This is the heart. After you get down with a big old palm tree, this is the heart of it. And so you take these and you season them and you marinate them, and then you treat them just like a piece of fish or shrimp or whatever. And they're amazing. They're an amazing substitute for fish, for shrimp. And so I'm excited about making that. Yeah. So I'm Fistnica, and I thank you. For those of you who were able to join me, thank you. And again, thank you, Micah Kincaid, for your generosity in providing dinner for other people. Since you're unable to be here to ingest these lovely things that we eat. Okay? You love mushrooms good, Albert, honey, because you're going to have some. Okay? All right. So I love y'all. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll holler at you later. Bye-bye.